Hey everybody, what's up? It's
Hey.
Chad and Niecy from the bedroom.
Yep.
Ta-da!
Not ta-da.
Yeah. So thanks for joining. Hey, so today we are going to dive a little bit deeper, couple by couple, into season 11 of Married at First Sight, which we had a great time watching, and we hope you did too. But we got a lot out of it, saw a lot of things that we thought were good, some things that were not so good. We're going to talk about that tonight.
Absolutely, because we are coming up on season 12, and we're going to follow that one all the way through. But before we do that, we're going to take a look back. So I know before we get into it, we want to make sure you subscribe, that you like, and that you make some comments. Let us know what you think. Give us your thoughts. At the end of the day, we're just hoping to make everybody's marriage a little bit stronger.
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
So let's dive in, shall we?
Let's get in there.
Okay, we're going to start with Christina and Henry. So Christina and Henry were, I guess, in my opinion, in the worst shape at the end of it.
I agree. And you know what? I mean, they were definitely opposites, which, I mean, come on, opposites can attract. I don't think that was necessarily the issue, as much as I would say the fact that neither one of them made as much effort as they could have to meet the other one halfway and to see the other one's point of view.
At least not a genuine effort.
Yeah.
You know, so Christina was the kind of girl, she kind of liked when guys were, I don't want to say inappropriately aggressive, but she liked for the guy to kind of take the lead, and she happened to have been matched with a guy who was very non-aggressive.
Yeah.
So
to be honest with you, I mean, I think she might be used to someone being inappropriately aggressive. I think that she kind of suggested that her past relationships were not the healthiest.
Right. And
you know, sometimes when you're used to dysfunction, you don't know how to do normal, you know, and I think that she suffered a bit from some of that, to be honest.
And I've really been surprised at how often that kind of thing goes on that we don't even know about. But anyway, that's what was going on with them. She also had a little nefarious thing going on in there too, didn't she?
Yeah.
Talk about that?
So she actually tried to blackmail Henry, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, she comes to him with this email saying that, or she claims she had an email because no one has yet to see the email, okay, or the text, whatever it was.
Right.
Nobody actually saw it, but she claims someone contacted her and told her that Henry was gay, and that if he did not basically do things her way, if he ruined things for her, she was going to release this information, which was real shady.
Yeah. So that didn't, you know, that's never going to help.
Yeah, didn't help the situation at all. At all.
And it didn't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you do something like that, it has to go south. It's not going to, I mean, did she really expect him to say, oh, okay, in that case, I better hop right to it?
Right.
That wasn't going to happen.
Right. So let's kind of roll things back a little. So starting from the very beginning, which we didn't find this out to the end, but Henry suggested that he found out very early on that Christina from the jump was lying about her personal life, like her living situation and things like that. And I think it seemed to, or he certainly suggested that it created a level of distrust for him very early on. So what do you think, you know, how do couples address that sort of thing?
You know, it's difficult. In my opinion, as soon as someone distrusts you, that stigma builds up. So now, whether you are conscious of it or not, you're questioning everything that other person says, and maybe even a little doubtful of it. So the only real way, in my opinion, for it to be defeated is with truth. He has to approach, one person has to approach the other person and let them know what they're thinking and why. And then the other person has to either fess up to it or not. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if that was an integral part of why Henry did not really put himself out there, then that was really unfair to her. Even if it's true that she was misleading him, the fact that he didn't give her the opportunity to clean that up, I mean, there's no way they could have built on a solid foundation.
Right.
The proper and mature thing to do would have been to go to her as soon as he was, kind of emotionally or in a mentally good place to do so. He should have just sat her down and said, hey, I've kind of heard this. You said that. Can you clear that up for me? Because now you've built an environment where the two of you can talk to one another. And, if she wasn't receptive, then that's one thing. But the fact that he never gave her the opportunity, to my knowledge, and never said to her early on, hey, things aren't really adding up. Can you tell me what's going on? That really would have created a space in the marriage where they were able to talk freely to each other. And that's really what you need, especially that early on for people who don't know each other from jump. If you don't have anything else, you really need to have, the freedom to communicate and to really express to each other who you are and what you need and all of those good things.
Yeah, don't be afraid to admit your shortcomings or take questions from your spouse regarding shortcomings, because nobody's perfect, or is that nobody's perfect?
Something like that.
Anyway,
one or the other.
And sometimes it's good to hear what you're not doing well.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Because you know what? Sometimes we're not aware of what we're doing. And most of us want our marriages to work. Most people don't get married just to have it blow up in their faces.
Right. That's not fun.
Gosh, I was going to say something else about that. Oh, at the end of the day, I could be wrong, but I don't think Christina was ready for marriage.
Yeah.
I think Christina, and only because it felt like she had some different things going on in her life that really weren't addressed. That I think that was part of that shadiness that Henry was sensing. And, for all we know, her situation may have changed between the time that the experts did their analysis and when she actually got chosen. I don't know. It almost felt like maybe, things that kind of started getting weird right before she went in. And listen, life happens, been there, done that. But maybe, I don't know, maybe she was embarrassed to let Henry know what was going on. But I think that was part of the problem. So, the truth of the matter is you've got to be ready, or you've got to be ready to come clean and say, hey, this is what you're getting. And I think that was part of the issue. That being said, like you said, nobody's perfect, including Henry. And Henry should have pushed himself out of his comfort zone a little more.
Yeah. That would have helped.
Absolutely.
So those are our thoughts regarding Christina and Henry. We'd like to know what you think.
Absolutely.
Please feel free to comment. We love to watch them and read them, and we'll even answer some of them in the next episode. So please do, and thanks for joining us on this.
Yeah, and come back to hear the next one. We're going to get into Olivia and Brett, right?
Yep, Olivia and Brett is next.
All right, see you soon.